few different topics today. Yes, it's still cold out. We're taping this. It snowed. So what can we talk about today? I'm going to leave my coat on, my jacket on. The first thing I'm going to tell you is, yes, I found something in the dollar store. It's a little plaque for the garden or for the house. Oh, I should hold it to the camera. Check this out. Oh, wrong camera. Which camera is it? That camera? Nope. That camera. Whichever. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'll be right there. Let's put it on the computer. Let's see. Camera. No, I'm going to leave it on there. No, you are not experiencing technical difficulties. Okay. So what I'd like to talk about today is, first, I would like to thank Joan for the wonderful, wonderful calligraphy. I think you can see that. This is camera 2, I believe. Oh, so I actually can put this in front of camera 2. I'm going to bring this closer to camera 2. Now that I got my camera straightened out. I'm not seeing it on there, though, am I? So it can't be camera 2. So it'd be camera 1. I'm not seeing it on there either. There you go. It's camera 3, actually. Camera 3. Hold on. Back up a little. There you go. I'm really bad with directions when it comes to being directing on the camera. So I'm going to get it right. Can you see that? There you go. I got it. It says, "The Lord is my firmament." Why did that fade out like that? I didn't even touch the camera. Look at that. The Lord is my firmament, and my refuge, and my deliverer, from Psalm 17. And the other side has something different. Oh, I'm reading the other side. The Lord is my firmament, my refuge, and my deliverer. That's the side I didn't show you, this side. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. From Proverbs 8:33. I just had to show you that because Joan did this fabulous calligraphy, and I love it. 2 good ideas of advice. Now I'll get on to the book review, the books that I want to tell you about. The book I want to tell you about is Instant Happy. It's a book about this size, double this size, because this is just half the book. Yes, I tore the book in half because I thought somebody wanted to share it, so I gave half to another person, and I kept half. So random half. So on Instant Happy it says, reasons to be happy, right? You're alive. You can read. You have access to books. No matter how challenging your life may feel, see your life clearly. Focus on the many things you have to be grateful for. When in the midst of chaos, find stillness within you. Well, here's another one. In Instant Happy, what I like about it is some of them have like pretty drawings and photography and little cartoons. Some have pretty, there you go, cartoons. So this one here says, get curious, not furious. Ask yourself, what else can this mean? How might this be a good thing in disguise? Okay, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to ask myself that question. I tape shows, and a lot of times people walk in and interrupt the show. Now, in order for them to interrupt the show, they don't have to actually come in and be at this desk, but they could walk in the middle of a show while I'm taping a show and walk into the control room. That's a no-no. So now I'm going to tell you how to help that, you producers who are interrupting shows. What you can do is, if the door is shut, that means we're on the air. We don't want to be interrupted. So take a clue when you have the door shut. If the door is shut, do not enter the studio unless you are scheduled to work in the studio, unless you're a guest that was already invited to this studio. If the door is shut, don't come in. Now, of course, it goes without saying, staff and management can enter whenever they want. And I'll be glad to invite them to be on the show. But if you're a producer, a volunteer, or someone who's on another show, please do not go wandering into the other studios while shows are taping. That is a distraction. So, what else can this mean? How might this be a good thing in disguise? I'm not sure how this could be a good thing in disguise. Maybe it's time for, next page. There's a picture of a bird and a bird's nest. And that brings me to something wonderful that happened this week. Somebody made a bird's nest. And that's kind of a present I got for Easter. A beautiful, beautiful, handmade, homemade, real bird's nest. Not a birdhouse, a bird's nest. And I say, thank you. Now this one here says, if you don't have anything nice to say, take a nap. That's difficult. Because if you're on a show, you can't take a nap. So sometimes I might say something that's somebody else might consider not nice. But let's go on to the next page. I'm going to start with that. The first page says, don't relive the past. Don't pre-live the future. Live fully now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with living fully now. We're going to go on to today's topic. Today's topic is books. We're doing a book review right now. The name of the book is Instant Happy. I think it was about 100 and something pages. But the thing is, it's kind of a book that you could get when you don't want to read. You know how it's like you don't have time to read, you don't want to read, you don't feel like reading, maybe you got a headache or migraine or something like that. This is the kind of book you can still look through because you don't need to read. It's not fine print. It's big print. Look, it's very big. It's so big, sometimes there's even just a picture. It's a picture of a coffee cup. And on that it says, coffee plus positivity is an unstoppable duo. So that's for Taz. Coffee plus positivity is an unstoppable duo. If you like coffee. If not, drink tea. Fear of trying is as real and common as fear of flying. So don't be afraid to fly to new heights. Just spread your wings and try. Okay, I'll do that. I'll try new things. I think I'm going to pass on the airplane, though. Take my feet, or a car, or a train, or a bus, or crawl, or a bicycle. I'm going to pass on the plane. There's entirely too much inspections going on. Don't get me wrong. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. But I don't fly. This is a really cute one. It's a picture of a cat. Oh, there you go. Picture of a cat. And next to the picture of the cat it says, who's in favor of finding as many reasons as possible to purr with happiness today? That's kind of cute. How about worry? Big print. Worry not only distracts, it attracts. Worry. It can become an accidental magnet for things you do not want. That's true. That's absolutely true. Don't worry. Is your heart getting enough exercise? Perform random acts of kindness. So I was reading from some of the pages, and this is really cute. Check that out, you sports fans. Isn't that cute? It's a little team. And the words for the team are, it says, more important than surrounding yourself with lots of people is finding a handful of people who support you lots. Yeah, just a handful. I like this one, and I'm going to bring this closer. Whoops. Oh, there you go. It says, good looks fade. Yes, it's faded. Good looks fade. But a good heart keeps you beautiful forever. That's true. Good looks fade, but a good heart keeps you beautiful forever. So get the book from your library or in a bookstore or anywhere called Instant Happy. Let me see if I have the author's name here. I'm not sure. Well, you'll know. If it looks like this, it's the right book. Spoiler alert. It will all work out for you in the end. Yeah. Go for your dreams. Don't be a wuss. Go for your dreams. Don't let people who never pursued their dreams try to talk you out of pursuing your dreams. Spoiler alert, it'll work out for you. So those are all words from a book called Instant Happy. I highly recommend Instant Happy. Oh, there's one with a whole bunch of sunflowers. Look at that. All the sunflowers, a whole field of sunflowers. It says there's no rational reason to remain a pessimist in a world so full of miracles. If you don't believe in miracles, perhaps you've forgotten. You are one. You are a miracle. So it's not Thanksgiving, but I have had so much to be thankful for, I'll tell you. Since Thanksgiving and Christmas and now Easter. Remember that movie? It was called Touched by an Angel. Did you ever watch that? It's sort of like Ordinary People, and then there's more ordinary people, but in this movie or this series, TV series, the angels are real people, or the real people are angels. Well, I have to tell you, over the last month or so, or 2 months, I felt like I've been touched by an angel. It's just the weirdest thing. I guess God gives you just what you need. If you just ask, or you just pray, or even just think about Him. You know what? Tomorrow when you wake up, before you do anything, just say thank you. Thank you, God. I've noticed when I start the day like that, the day goes easier. And as it was, I did not start the day like that. And that's probably why I was a little bit ticked off about some circumstances. But if you start the day like that, just starting the day like, thank you, God, everything else goes easy. Another book I would like to recommend is this little book. Yes, I picked this up in Barnes & Nobles. It's called Everything Grows with Love. What I love about this little book is, see, it's all little pages. And what my plan is, like, a lot of people think that, like, books are sacred. Like, you can't rip them, you can't fold a page, you can't tear a page out, you can't use a marker in it. That's true if it's somebody else's book. But if it's your own book, you pretty much can do what you want with it. So my plan for this little book that has how many pages? 375 pages. I got a page for more than a page a day. So, like, you take one page. And you do the unthinkable. Tear the page out of the book. Yes, I did it on television. It's my own book. Tear the page out of the book. That's the page I tore. It says, keep your head up, keep your heart strong. Now what you do with that page is, if you know somebody who you think that might help, you stick it in an envelope. Or if you happen to be buying them a card or anything anyway, stick it in the card. A very special reading just for them. So then you go through the rest of the book another day. You go like, what's today's message? Oh, I had it upside down. There you go. So the book is Everything Grows with Love. Let's see, what's the next message? I like these. Are you wondering what I'm flipping past? Oh no, she ripped another page out. I know there are librarians watching, but these are not library books. I do not recommend doing this with library books. Do it with your own books only. And it helps if you bought the book just for that specific purpose. When I purchased this book, I knew when I bought it that I was going to rip it to shreds and share all of the great messages with some friends and some special people. So I knew before I bought it I was going to tear it to shreds. Did you ever do that? Hey, get out of your comfort zone. Try it. You might like it. Here's one for me. I guess I need to stick this on my refrigerator. It's a picture of a bird and a flower. And it says, always do what you are afraid to do. Son of a gun. That's a message from my refrigerator. Always do what you're afraid to do. Yes, I've been afraid to do a lot of things. So I do them. I do them anyway. I'm very fearful sometimes. Not when I remember, when I wake up and say, thank you, God, and when I remember God, and when I remember to pray, then the fear goes kind of out the window. And I'm not afraid that much. But this is good for if I forgot to pray. Always do what you're afraid to do. That's only good stuff. Okay, so what else? What are the other good messages in here? Oh, I know just who this is for. I got to read the message. I see the picture. It's a picture of a squirrel out in the snow. Let me read the message now. What does it say? Oh, she tore another page out. Oh, are there kids watching this? Kids, do not do this to library books and do not do this to other people's books. Only do it to your own book that you paid for, that you bought, or that somebody gave to you to keep. Okay, so the squirrel picture in the snow, framed squirrel. I know a squirrel lover who would like that. What does it say? There are all kinds of love in the world, but never the same love twice. Wow. Never the same love twice. That's interesting, and that's true. Because you can love a friend, a family member, you can love God, you can love water, you can love a special shirt, and it's all different. Everything's different. So, how much do you love God? Do you love God enough to remember the 10 Commandments? Do you love God enough to accept the pain of life? Yes, accept it. And still not blame God for the bad things that happen. How much do you love God? All love is different, see? Even the way that we love God is different. So, let's see, what's the next message? And this is for a few really, really good neighbors and some special people over the last 2 months or so, or 3 months or so. You are just what I needed. And some special family members. You are just what I needed. And today, I almost didn't make it here because of the snow and the pains of the arthritis and a whole bunch of other things, and I just didn't feel like going out at all and didn't want to get my shoes wet and my socks wet and snow. And the car didn't start. Ta-da! But I made it here. Thank you. Because you were just what I needed. And somebody went out to buy a battery for my car key. And how it works. And I'm not mentioning names on television. Unless you all give me permission. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Live in the moment. So what I like about this book is the art in the book also. And the little odd things. I gotta come bring it to the camera again. There's the camera. Where am I? Where am I? Okay, so there you go. Check that out. Live in the moment. Yeah. Live in the moment. I'm living in this moment. I'm on television. I'm on TV. Here's another one. Enjoy the small things. Hey, look, sometimes you need to remember that. Sometimes you just need a reminder like that. Flip in the pages. Stay hungry. Stay foolish. Now that's a good one. Stay hungry, stay foolish. I remember, since Mother's Day is coming soon, I remember a whole bunch of sweet, extra special women in my life. My grandmother, Nana Antoinette, and a very, very special close friend who is family to me. And you know who you are, and I'm not going to mention your name. It was all right that I mentioned Nana Antoinette's name, but you know who you are. You gave me this hat. I thank you. And Taz, a very special mom who takes care of 3 kids and a job and a house and everything. So, happy Mother's Day coming up. The smallest things warm the heart. Okay, so I got a knock on the door. Actually, it was a bang on the door this past week. It was like, and I'm like, my heart was like, oh no, who's that? And then I thought, oh no, are they turning my electricity off, or is it some bad news or anything? See, worry. You shouldn't worry. So all those things went through my mind when I heard the bang on the door. And then I went to the door, and I found something that made me smile and smile and smile, and then I had tears in my eyes. So I got this beautiful bird's nest. I have this thing about birds. I love birds. And I love bird's nests. And I love birds because my grandpa used to raise blue canaries. So we'd go into the living room. He'd go like this. He'd put his hand up in the air. The canaries would fly around. Put his hand up in the air, and the canary would, not the canary. Scratch that. There goes my distraction. He raised blue parakeets. He would put his hand up in the air, and the parakeet would land on his finger. They would just fly around. Yeah, I know, that's messy. You gotta cover the couch. But they were beautiful, beautiful baby blue canaries. Maybe that's why I like the color blue, not only because it's the color of the sky, or it's the color of clear blue water, oceans, some of it is blue, but also because of the blue parakeets. So, I love birds. And I've had a couple of birds myself. I had a yellow canary once. And then my daughter had a yellow canary, so I like birds. But as I got older, I realized, I'd rather see the birds outside. I'd rather see them flying free. But I still like birds. I was so happy. So I opened the door, and there's this bird's nest with cranberry sauce. You have no idea what cranberry sauce means to me. See, I go into Trader Joe's, and they don't sell cranberry sauce. You have to wait till November or December to get cranberry sauce if you go to Trader Joe's. But all the other supermarkets have it all year round. But in Trader Joe's, it's like a seasonal item. So I'm like shopping, back and forth, this week, that day. And I come out, I'm like, I forgot the cranberry sauce. I did not go get the cranberry sauce. So, I get a bird's nest and cranberry sauce. and a couple of other things. And then I was touched by an angel all through the months of December and November. There was this angel who does beautiful calligraphy, who has brought back silliness into my life. I love being silly, corny jokes and all. And there's this other angel that doesn't live far from me at all, lives by Trader Joe's. And she's a sweet angel from the past, and now she's an angel in the present. And I'm glad that she is in our life, me and my family. I got a little segued off of the books. I did have a whole different show planned. See, I got the computer over here, but I didn't turn the computer on. Let me get to, I got 3 minutes, and I can tell you about camping. They made this new thing called Phoozy, Phoozy, that will keep your computer warm or cold or insulated when you go camping. And the Phoozy, look it up. Go in the stores. Try to find a Phoozy for your computer if you bring a laptop while camping. I've only got a few more minutes. I'm going to have to leave the room. And that's not bad. I made it through a whole show without coughing and didn't drink the water yet either. That's good. Oh, it's not bad. I didn't do the show either. That's okay. I did not do the show that was planned, but not to worry. That will come at a different day. Oh, didn't put the email up either. I'll tell you what. I'll do that now. Let's see. We'll go like that. No. That's right. That's how we should be. And I'm going to put up the producer. So don't go away, I'm still here. So, we're going to have a karaoke party at our house. The date is to be announced. And only special people are going to come. It's all right if you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing if you don't want to sing. Probably planned for about a year from now, but stay tuned. And if you're one of those angels, yeah, you're invited. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. Proverbs 16:24. I thank all of my special neighbors and friends for your kind words and for your kindness through this season. You have been a blessing, blessings to me. Because of you, I've been able to keep warm and keep focused and keep on keeping on and doing things that I have to do. So thank you, everybody. And now I'm going to sing a song. Mercy dotes and dozy dotes and lumsy divey, a kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? I used to sing that song when my kids were younger, just to be silly. And my cousin used to be the silly person. Long story, I'll tell you about that another time. Oh, wood shop. Seriously, get to a wood shop in your neighborhood. Oh, we're produced through the facilities of Staten Island Community Television. I guess I should put up the email, too. I think I will put up the email. Let's see, where is our email? We'll put up that. There you go. Oh, time's almost up. Time's up. Time's up. Time's up. Our time is up.